Welcome to CrossFit Grandview's 41st podcast. Today, we are going to chat about a couple of things. First and foremost, it's going to be the lazy months of the year. So that's coming up. Joey and I did a podcast on this back in 2018, and I think it's been long enough where I want to refresh it and chat about it more for a lot of our newer members. And we'll kind of wrap this up with Kate leading the charge. She's been really working hard on organizing all our events for the fall and the winter. So things like our annual Christmas party, we have a Tulum retreat and a fall social. So she'll get into all of that. But first I want to kick it off just talking about what I like to call the lazy months of the year. So these next 4 months are the months that I typically see people start to drop off. In January, we're always really busy. People have resolutions. So they're like, they feel like a pile of crap after Christmas, New Year's, and they're like, okay, I got to get it together. By March, they're starting to get ready for summer. They're like, okay, I got to get, into a bathing suit here in a couple of months, or I'm going on vacation. And then by the summertime, it's easier to stay active. It's nice outside. You can get outside, run. You're more than likely to be spending more time being active in the summer. Then as the weather starts to turn, that's when people start to kind of go into like a hibernation. And it starts a cycle where people are always starting over.
Yeah. And what I find even with this time of year, like with my clients, it's not just like the weather turning, it's their children going back to school, it's fall social events, everyone's tailgating for OSU parties, then you feel like crap for a couple days, you don't want to come and work out. So it just really starts like a trend of like fun too, but you're not feeling good. So I usually try to encourage my clients to like set a goal before Thanksgiving to hit, whether that's like a certain percentage body fat, those are certain like athletic goals, but something before the holidays hit to help them get in better shape and stay a little more motivated to kind of like ride out this season. But you also want to be able to enjoy it a little bit too. So
that's why we do what we'll talk about here in a little bit and get into the details of how it works, but we do a contest every year called Hot for the Holidays, and that's a time where you can see it. It's a struggle. Like people will get on board, and then only the strongest survive. By the end of it, about a quarter of the people have really stuck tight to it, and but it's motivation. That's why we host this contest, because we know this is the toughest time of year to stay diligent on things. Now, we know you might not be coming out as hot as you would in January or in March, but if you can keep 80% of your routine, it's a lot easier to, when you do come back to those resolutions after you have some weekends and some bad meals and maybe even a few weeks where you get off track a little bit, it is a lot easier to like add a fourth day of training or try to get an extra hour of sleep every night than completely overhauling and starting a new routine and going all or nothing. If you have a lot of good habits and patterns built in, it's a lot easier to just tweak those and add one thing rather than, I haven't done anything in 3 months, I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week and do all that.
Absolutely. And I think a lot, like to your point, if you're not feeling great, just keeping your routine, I think that's where most people will get off, that they want to have an awesome workout every time. And you're not going to have great workouts for a few days if you go out tailgating all day Saturday, like, I saw everyone was out, which is, you want to be able to do that, but just also ride the wave of a couple days, taking it a little bit easier in here, showing up, doing the work, but not pushing yourself to that 100%. You might ride at like 70% until you feel good towards the end of the week. and then just not overloading yourself too much with too many social events too.
Yeah. You want to think about it. Do you want to have to need like a resolution, a vacation, or a class reunion every time you're going to start get it going? It does.
And I used to live like that.
Yeah.
Exhaust my.
You just go from event to event, the goal to goal. And I like to make, like, every year we have a couple of goals, whether it's doing the CrossFit Open, doing the pump and run at the Arnold, you know, we'll do 5K races, you know, a variety of things throughout the year to really dial in your fitness and to give you some purpose and something to really train for. But you have to have a baseline consistency. It can't be like, you know, you're whipping yourself into shape, you know, every 6 months it's like a complete overhaul. You know, you got to think about, you know, when it comes to January, is your goal going to be to lose 50 pounds or 20? You know, in these 4 months. Or
even sometimes for some people, 20 pounds is really extreme.
Yeah.
Where, like, I mean, this is a lesson, I'm 41, and this is a lesson I'm really trying to learn, like, you know, to his point, not to always be training for something. And it makes me excited, it gets me going, but then it also exhausts me, where I'm just trying to learn to, okay, we're just like going to try to be content with feeling good and not really having an event to train for that gets me motivated, just trying to feel good as my motivation. And, you know, that's not always like the sexiest goal or the most inspiring, but I really feel like, you know, I see my clients that are the most consistent over the years feeling good, and just even gym members, I think they just get to the point where they're like, I would rather feel good consistently than push this extreme and ride that roller coaster. Because that's what kind of tends to happen if you push to that high level all the time.
I think as we get into this, you know, 15, 20 years, you start to look at longevity, sustainability. You know, you can burn white hot for 5 years and then, you know, you'll see people just stop training.
Yeah. Or get hurt.
Yeah.
Or have some, I mean, I've seen a lot of my friends that I used to do fitness shows with start to have autoimmune issues, or just if you're training too hard for too long, your body starts to fight you in some way or another, whether it's injuries throughout your body or, you know, just illness also being run down consistently over a period of time will do that.
And it's great. I mean, there's seasons in life for all of that. So, like, you can have your competitive, and that can happen at any age too, like where you're like, you know, I want to get after it. Like Maddie's having a hell of a run right now in her early 40s, like competing, and, you know, 5 years ago she was more just training for health, and now she's crushing it in competition.
Well, and that year has even been like when I turned 40 a year ago, and that was a big number for me to try to get in shape, do a photo shoot, and kind of be like, hey, I'm still in just as good of shape as I was in my 20s and feel that good. And Brandon, you did the same this spring. We did a photo shoot together, went to Vegas, had fun, blew off some steam, and then now you're doing a boxing match coming up. So it's good to do that at certain points in your life, I think, to just almost give you back your youth. But if you're doing it continually all the time, you're not going to feel good.
Yeah, like after doing a lot of this year, I'm going to have to go back into more of a maintenance phase of training, because I'll just get ran down, you know, mentally, physically, and everything. I got to start to then push my attention to other things, and then use CrossFit and fitness to support all of that. And I think that's what, you know, I want to get into with some of the announcements. We'll kind of continue to talk about this with the things we have planned for the gym. A lot of it is like keeping us motivated during this time. It's not hard to get motivated if, you know, in the spring for like the open or the summer's coming up. But the fall, we like to pack in a lot of events coming up.
Just have fun. It's almost like a period of like celebration to go out, have fun. And And we just want to show you guys also that we appreciate you, and this is kind of like our own little country club here. Like, we don't belong to a country club, and you guys are our people, so we like to go out and have fun with you guys.
So, I mean, we can dive into just what we have coming up. We've got 4 pretty significant, 4 or 5 things on the calendar coming up for the gym, and we'll be announcing all these in Wodify, but it's just to put it all on your radar now. So a lot of us, I know how we are, like our weekends start to really fill up, even months in advance, especially if we have kids and, with activities and stuff coming up. So this is just stuff we can start marking our calendars down. Kate, I'll let you lead this and just kind of chat about what we've got coming up.
Yeah, so the first thing we have coming up is a tailgate at Echo Spirits Distillery, October 8th. And the game right now is TBA, so we're not sure on the exact hours of the event, but we're kind of looking for like the 4 to 8 p.m. time frame, just because I know the bar will be a little bit quieter around 4 p.m. So if we bring a pack of 50 people in, we'll have a place to sit. So we're really looking forward to that. We'll have the game on, and I'll watch the game and cheer on OSU together. Again, that's October 8th.
We'll probably have a food truck out there.
Yeah.
So we'll try and schedule the time around the game.
Right.
Do the best we can.
We think it'll be an evening game, but we're not certain.
So we'd probably want to kick that back if it's a 7.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we're trying to get in there where the bar's a little quieter.
We had a great time at Echo last year. They had the food truck out there. We're going to try and get that going again. They've got a great outdoor space. October, it's coming up pretty soon. Ideally, it's not going to be too cold then. Maybe a light coat and some jeans. And so if we get some good weather, that also helps. But the bar accommodated us very well too.
Yeah.
So
they did a great job.
Yep.
And then next up, we have our first ever retreat that we're running October 18th through the 24th, and that's in Tulum, Mexico. We're really, really stoked about that. I think we have about 15 people going, including us. But we're looking at this as a fitness retreat, a wellness retreat, and we're really going to start diving into also on this retreat mental wellness and what we've really been practicing the last couple years in trying to work on not just our physical wellness, but how our mental wellness, our spiritual wellness all ties into that. So there's a lot of kind of activities, meditation, breath work that we're going to be getting into, practicing, journaling.
We're going to do a sweat lodge, right?
Yep, I'm going to do a sweat lodge, so that should be fun. Hopefully no one's too claustrophobic, but it's meant to incite anxiety like an ice bath, and then you train your nervous system to calm down. So this is something we run through every day. Even when we're working out, we don't realize it. Like when you're getting a lot of anxiety or even holding a pace on an 800-meter run. And really what you say to yourself during that run will determine how you breathe, how tired you feel, and really just your overall performance. And then that's in a workout setting, but that's all day long. We all roll through little periods of anxiety all day, and the more we can kind of calm ourselves down and make ourselves feel safe, the more successful, happier we are. So we're really looking forward to that, and hopefully it's successful, and this is something we can continue to build on and grow.
We want to make it an annual thing. So if this is something you're just hearing about, or you're one of those people who likes to see how something goes first, Mike's going to be with us documenting it. So we'll put out some content on what it actually looks like, so you guys will get to see what this retreat looks like. And if it's a success, we're going to rebook it for next year and open that up. It's never going to be a huge thing, I think.
Yeah. The smaller it is, the more intimate it can be.
I think about 16 people is a good number. But if it's a huge success and we have a ton of demand for it, this is something that we've always wanted to do. We talked about it when we first started dating back in 2010 or 11. So if there's a ton of demand for it, we could, this is pie in the sky, but open up a second one in the year, maybe at a different location. Maybe one that was in the U.S. if people were squirrely about traveling internationally. So this is something we talk about a ton because we like to mix fitness and travel. It's a big passion of ours. And it's even part of like our Edge program. That's like something that we want to really roll out there for people and show them how you can mix travel and fitness all in this healthy way where it's not, you can have fun, stay fit and healthy on these vacations and mix all of it in a way where you come back from a trip feeling renewed and good, but you still had fun, but you didn't maybe just sit on a beach or by a pool and, get a 10-pound alcohol bloat coming back, So,
and we never really did that, but what we would do is push ourselves way too hard on vacation. Yeah. So we're coming back like, yes, we worked out really hard every day, but we drank really hard and we just felt horrible. So also like, I don't want to make this whole thing themed about aging, but like, how do you still go on vacation, work out as you're getting into your 40s and feel good and not beat yourself up or injure yourself because you decided to like run 100-meter sprints after you went to bed at 1 a.m. or, you're just feeling really tired.
Or drop in at a CrossFit gym 5 days in a row, So it's something like we've done where now we'll come out, we'll get our hard workouts in on a vacation the first 2 to 3 days. And then as we go, they start to taper off and we're still moving every day. But between all that travel, eating out, doing things, like you have to do therapeutic movement later on in that. So when you go home, you're not just wrecked by that.
Right.
So
you don't need to take 2 more days off from your trip.
Yeah, exactly. And then it looks like Hot for the Holidays is the next thing we want to chat about. Yeah.
So Hot for the Holidays, this year we're going to do a partner contest again, and we're really going to try to pour a little more energy into this year. So Brandon and I are going to be doing it. I think Mike and his fiance Kelly are going to be doing it. So we're going to run this on Friday, starting October 28th, which I believe is a Friday, and we will end December 10th, which is a week before our annual Christmas party, which if you guys have been there before, it's a ton of fun, and we'll be announcing the winners there at the Christmas party. But we're just going to run this as an optional partner workout on Fridays. There'll still be an individual workout if you choose not to participate in the Hot for the Holidays. But we just want to make it a little bit easier for everyone to do. And then, just
So we'll run it in class.
Yes, we'll run. Yes, so
it'll be part of the class program. So similar to if anyone ever peeks at the level 2 stuff, every Saturday we post an individual and a partner version of the workout, and that's how the Fridays will be with the Hot for the Holidays.
Yeah.
For that whole time. So if you're not participating in the contest, you're not forced to do a team or a partner workout. So, and we have a strength cycle going, so there'll be a little strength before it, but then we will have a partner version of the Friday workout each week for those 6 weeks.
And the contest primarily still is going to be body transformation and the couple's body transformation. That could be, you can do mixed sex. You don't have to, you can just be you and your friend, whatever you want. But just 2 people and the transformation for those 2 people, because this is the hardest time of year to get in better shape. But participation in the workouts will be considered. So, we just want to see people be involved and create some excitement around this. If you're doing the workout and you're posting about it and you're making a lot of fun, we take that into consideration for the winners just because we want this to be a fun event and get everybody involved. So that's, again, starting October 28th through December 10th, and the workouts will be every Friday, and you guys will submit pictures to me, and I'll put some posts up on the Body Biz and CrossFit Grandview when we get closer. So I'll have each couple submit those pictures together, and then we'll do after pictures. The next event we have will be our first ever, we'll see if we'll do this again, but Santa family event, December 3rd. So it's a Saturday, December 3rd. We'll have at the gym. So we're going to have, we already have a costume, and we've actually had a Santa party in our house the last couple of years, and then it got kind of wild. We don't have the largest home. And I thought it would be a lot of fun to bring it into the gym. So we'll have a Santa available probably 4 hours here. And then we'll find a way to have each family sign up in Wodify and get pictures with Santa Claus and have their kids talk to Santa. So you'll just sign up for that. If it gets really booked, we'll try to figure out longer hours or something to do there. But we were also going to rent a bounce house. So once the kids get pictures with Santa, we can filter into the gym. We'll have a huge bounce house there for the kids. And then we'll have some sort of food. So we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do, whether we're just going to order pizzas for the kids or maybe try to find if Visionary Meals would want to cater, or we might just kind of look into some different options. But for the adults, I have talked to Joe from Echo, and he is going to make up some large batch drinks that we can just kind of dispense out just for an adult sort of section for us there too. So that will be December 3rd, and hours on that aren't set yet, but more than likely it's going to be like early afternoon to early evening, like 4 to 8 p.m., something like that, where we can still get kids home at a reasonable time. And have a nice little evening. So that's something that we have found kind of difficult to find a stress-free way for the kids to meet Santa and talk to them. So I thought if we can offer one event for the families, we're trying to get families more involved here. So we love our other events, and it tends to bring a lot of our younger crowd out, but more like reaching the families and just having our kids be a part of this as well. So that's December 3rd, and then our next event is our annual Christmas party, which is Friday, December 16th. And this year it's at a different venue. So we have a new venue at Bridge Park. I'm really excited about this. Is the Exchange at Bridge Park. Cameron Mitchell is catering this event. So I'm super stoked. We love their food and all the restaurants. So we'll be able to have their food, their cocktails there. And then it's just a nice location. And we all kind of like to go out afterwards. We always forget about that, and we'll have to remember this year. So there's plenty of bars to hit up afterwards if people want to hang out a little bit longer. But the Exchange is right next to Vaso in Bridge Park, so it'll be right there.
That's where we announce the Hot for the Holidays winners. We'll do some fun awards. I always, especially for newer members who haven't been, or if you were here and you didn't go last year, we had the COVID year, we had to take a year off of it. So if you haven't been to one of these, what we basically do is throw a wedding without the wedding. So we just do the fun part of the wedding. So it's...
You don't have to listen to our vows.
Yeah. So it's just the reception. It's the reception portion of the wedding. So it's just food, dancing, open bars.
Yeah, we have a DJ.
Like
yeah, it's a ton of fun. Everyone gets dressed up. You don't have to get dressed up if you don't want to, but it's kind of fun to like see people out that you see sweaty and workout clothes every day get dressed up. And it's
the party of the year. It's really cool. I mean, we get well over 200 people to come every year. I mean, it's a huge chunk of the gym, and it's just a celebration of everything. And if you can make it to one party, like that's the one. That's a really cool experience. And we're just really glad to be able to put that on, and make that a thing that we do every year. So, we're really excited for everything we have coming up this fall. Again, all this stuff, we're going to be shooting out emails to you guys, Wodify announcements, private members Facebook group. If you guys don't have a Facebook account, you can start like a burner account, and we have a lot of members who do that basically just start like a blank account and then just subscribe to the private members group. There I release all the weekly workouts in advance, and we are constantly putting updates and things that are going on. So even if you want to stay off social media, that's something that's good to check once a week. So you can just start like a blank account, subscribe to that, and then just to get the weekly workouts and stuff. It's the easiest way for me to just consistently put that type of stuff out. So you'll be seeing more details, times, everything like that. But mark your calendars down for these dates and try and make sure they're cleared off, because we have a lot of fun stuff coming up. So we will talk to you probably in about a month. See you guys.